What's up, guys? TCMuze. Let's get into some dance R&B. All right, guys, today we're getting into some dance R&B inspired by Crate and Keyon Dixon and their song, Bring It Back. All right, let me show you what I'm working with here. We have an input quantize of 16th notes, no triplets, 75% strength and sensitivity. For this, since it's dance, we know we're gonna have that beat going. We're just gonna go ahead and start with the kick. This drum kit is a few select drum samples from the Astral Flutter pack, Native Instruments. I saturated the kick here. As you can see, I turned it up high, 45. That's a lot. And then turned it down about 2.4, 2.5-ish. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this kick in and we can go with it. Oh yeah, the BPMs is 105. We're up there in that easy dance territory. All right, next up, we're gonna put in a tom fill right at the end. So I'm just gonna get to that last bar. For that tom fill, let's see what we're using. There we go, Abbey Road's Modern Drummer, the Sparkle Kit. And we're using the Soul R&B preset. Let's just go ahead, tap this in. It'll be real easy. Then we'll move on to the melodic instruments. Cool. I think we got it in. Hi-hat rolls are tom rolls are always difficult for me. So for that one to get in without too much difficulty, I'll count it as a win. All right, let's move on to these melodic elements. So we're gonna get to the keys. For the keys, we're using Arturia's Mini Freak and we're using the Cracked Drive preset. Let's see where that's coming from. Oh, that's coming from the Synthetic Trap Pack from Arturia. Let's go ahead and get this in. Please be reminded, you'll see the chords on the screen, but I'm going to explain them in more detail after the demo at the end of the video. For now, let's go ahead and get these chords in. All right, next up, we're gonna do something I like. We're gonna put in a little guitar, a little strat sounds. We're gonna record in 3 parts. Let me go ahead and set up and we can get this in. Hey man, if you made it this far, do me a favor, like and subscribe. I know I'm hitting you twice with the like and subscribe, but you know, gentle reminder. All right, let's get this thing set up. All right, we're gonna get this guitar in. I'm processing it using Guitar Rig. I'm using this FG Auto Wah Clout preset. You'll see the chords on the screen. Let me know if you guys want me to do like a R&B guitar breakdown of just a few of the chord shapes that I know. But, you know, drop it in the comments. Let me know what you think. Let's go ahead and get these guitar parts in and, you know, we'll keep it moving. Cool, we got that part in. Let's move on to the second part. We're gonna work these high strings over here, the top 3 strings. For this, again, we're using Guitar Rig. We are using the Freak Funk preset. All right, we got one more guitar part to put in. And for that, let's see what we're using. We're switching it up. We're going with IK Multimedia's Amplitude. And we're using the Funk Phaser preset. Seems to be some type of Fender Princeton Deluxe, some type of black face emulation. Anyway, let's go ahead and get it in. Yeah, Fender Deluxe reverb amp. I like to kind of keep the studio a little tidy, so I'll just take a moment, go ahead over under this cable right quick, flip it one way, get it the other way, and then try to get it out the way as soon as possible. You know, if you declutter the studio, you kind of can help declutter the mind. So if the studio's clean and clear, the mind's clean and clear. And, you know, it's open up to receiving all that good melodic goodness or whatever from the ether. Anyway, we got the guitars in. Now we want to start rocking with the bass. For the bass, we're using IK Multimedia's Moto bass. We're using, here we go, let's get this preset. One of my favorites, PJ Bassy. You can see why it's called PJ Bassy. It has a P bass pickup and, well, a precision pickup and a jazz pickup. There, that's why it's called a PJ, just in case you didn't know. The other thing that I want to do while I play in this bass part is I'm going to turn off the quantize, because I know I'm going to put in some trills and pickups and slide offs and just going to be playing real legato. And you guys already know that I gotta put in some vocal riffs. So for my vocal riffs, I'm using Contact, I'm using Glaze 2, I'm using the Delish preset. It's in G minor. So I had to push it up 2 semitones to get it into A minor, which is the same thing as C major, which is the key that we're in. So let's go ahead and get in these vocal riffs and runs. All right, now last but not least, we're gonna put in a mallet type of synth sound, just so we can kind of have a different variation when we go ahead and switch to a separate section. For that sound, I'm using XXV Sovereign Soul. The kit is, there's a link below for the kit down in the description. If you want to help out the channel, you can go and pick that up. Appreciate you. We're just going to play in some chords. You'll see the chords on the screen. All right, now that we got all that together, let me put together a little quick sequence and I'll get back to you. All right, we got it all together, got the sequence in. We didn't do too much, left room for the artist to get on top and do whatever they need to do. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Of course, stay up, but be reminded that I'm breaking down the piano chords or the keys after I play the demo, so stick around for that. But in the meantime, let's listen to this. TCM. right, you made it to the lesson after the session. Hey man, if you made it this far, do me a favor. Drop a keyboard emoji down in the comments. Appreciate it. All right, now let's get to breaking down these chords. Like I said before, we're in the key of C major. So I'm gonna just go ahead and put the chords up that we're using right now. We'll put them up on the screen. All right, let's run through them real quick. If you look over the top, you'll see the Roman numerals representing the scale degree that I'm using for each chord. I'm gonna put the associated scale degree along with the chord spelling out as we go down and go across from each chord. But let me just tell you the chords we're using first. We're using an A minor 9, an E minor 7, a C major 9, followed by a C major 7. Then we're back to an A minor 9, then an E minor 7. Then we're going to switch it up and do an E7, which is non-diatonic, so that's slightly outside of the key. Then we're using an F sharp minor 9, an F sharp major 7, my bad. And then after that, we're going to use a G sharp minor 9. Those last two chords, the F sharp major and the G sharp minor, we're doing some non-diatonic chord movement there. I won't bore you down with the theory in regards to how that works. They're just chords there. You know what it is. And you can see how it relates to the scale degree, so you can use it on your own. All right, let's go ahead and spell these chords out. This should be pretty easy. I'm using one finger in the bass, and then the right hand will have the entire chord voicing. All right, so for that A minor 9, we have an A in the bass, followed by G, B, C, and E. Sounds like this. Then we're going down to an E minor 7, and we have an E in the bass, followed by E, G, B, and D in the right hand. Sounds like this. Then what we're going to do is make that into a C major 9 by keeping our right hand in the same position and moving the bass note from an E to a C. So you see you have C, E, G, B, and D. So that's that C major 9. And then from here, we're going to keep the bass note as a C, and then we're going to play a C major 7. In an inversion, we're going to use a G, B, C, and an E. Sounds like this. So let me just let you know what it sounds like from that C major 9 to a C major 7. Here it is. You see the color switch as you can see me going from one to the other. That's just the harmonic texture I want you to be able to hear. Then after that, we're going back to that A minor 9. Then the E minor 7. And then for that E7, what you see, if you look at our right hand, I'm going to spell it out. It's E, G, it's E in the bass, another E in the right hand. Then we have a G sharp, B, and D, which gives us a E7. So from that E minor 7 that we were at, we take this G, that's the third, and we sharp it to a G sharp. So that gives us a E7, and it sounds like this. Then we're going to go non-diatonic to that F major. I said F major 9, but it's really an F major 7, sorry. So then it goes, let me spell out the F major 7. It's F sharp major 7. It's going to be an F sharp, followed by another F sharp, an A sharp, a C sharp, and then ends with an F sharp. An F, not an F sharp, an F. Sorry, getting a little in my head here. It sounds like this. And then from there, we're going to that G sharp minor 9, which will have a G sharp, followed by an F sharp, an A sharp, a B, and then a D sharp. Sounds like this. All right, those are all of the chords. Let's play the sequence around so you can hear how it sounds all together. Take a listen. And that's it. Those are the chords. Thanks for hanging out for the lesson after the session. And if you want to hear more videos like this, click here.